What's up, guys? It's your girl, Jasmine K. We are here talking boxing live. We got some exciting fights taking place this weekend. We got Friday's fight card brought to us by Top Rank. We have Keyshawn Davis making his return in a difficult matchup, if I will, against Lemos. Definitely not a cakewalk of a fight. Both guys present a style that is going to be super exciting to watch. I can promise you that. And then we have this Saturday, Boots making his return inside the ring and a very great card, undercard. I mean, Matchroom, shout out to them. They definitely did their thing with this. Um, you got Bam Rodriguez on there, doubleheader, if you will, with the co-main event, but still under the same event. And then you have Raymond Ford making his return since suffering his defeat to Nick Ball. And you also have a guy that, if he's not on your radar, add him to your radar. Mercado. Mercado is making his, I believe, Matchroom debut. I first seen him on Red Owl Boxing in Houston and was pretty impressed. Given the level of competition that he went up against, I saw a lot of potential with him. And I definitely think he's a guy that flies under the radar. If Matchroom has signed him, obviously that speaks for itself. So I definitely have him on my list of guys to kind of like put on your radar. That was one of the questions that you guys gave me today when I told you I was going live. You wanted to know what young prospects, what young challengers are coming up in the ranks that should be on our radars. And yeah, that is one. All right, y'all. You let me know where you want me to start, okay? And I will start there. All right. So, what you guys got for me? Where you want to dive in? I'll give you full suggestion power to steer this boat for now. I want to get Mercado's first name because I feel like I'm about to butcher it, and I don't want to do that. What's up, everybody? Why y'all so quiet? Why y'all so quiet? Okay, since you guys are being a little subtle today, I'll just dive straight into it. Okay, so yeah, let's get started with what's taking place this Friday. Like I said, we have the return of Keyshawn Davis versus Lemos in a lightweight battle given to us by Top Rank. Again, a fight that I believe will be a challenging fight. And just me going back and refreshing myself as to how that fight went with Hitchens. Lemos has the potential to give Keyshawn some problems. I think Keyshawn is the smarter fighter. He's the sharper fighter. Definitely the more talented, athletically gifted fighter in this matchup. But Lemos comes with a lot of heart and even more pressure. The way he comes with the left and the right hook, I mean, borderline selling out with the left and the right. But it obviously doesn't matter because it gave Hitchens problems, especially in the 8th round. Gave him a ton of problems that he was holding on for dear life. Literally, figuratively, he was holding on for dear life in that 8th round. So, yeah, I'm expecting for this to be a fight that is going to take place in the inside. It's going to be a phone booth type of fight, similar to what I said on Instagram with the fact that Keyshawn is, I would like to see him come in, display his ability to box and kind of show us a different side of him. But we all know how Keyshawn gets down. This is his first main event. It's in his hometown. There's just no way we're going to see him compose himself enough to make this a boxing match. It is going to be a fight. maybe even a brawl. But he's definitely going to get into a firefight with Lemos. There's going to be a lot of exchanges back and forth between them. Again, if you go back to my Instagram story, you'll see how Lemos fought Hitchens in the 8th round. But for the most part, that was the fight that he wanted Hitchens to fight. And then also skipping forward a couple of stories, you'll see the highlights of Keyshawn Davis over the past couple of fights that he's had. And again, this is just a style that he prefers. This is a style that he loves to give his fans. This is a style that he feels is exciting and what he's able to kind of like, make his name and make his money off of. And I'm not here to argue with that. So I am anticipating a fun fight, a good fight, a offensive first fight. Only thing that I'm concerned about is because Lemos has that chin and Keyshawn to me doesn't have the power to knock out Lemos or even to get a stoppage, in my opinion. Is he going to have enough offense to offset the power of Lemos? I want to lean towards no. He's going to need more than just his flurry of shots in the inside, shortening up his shots in the inside. Definitely not relying on power to get this guy out. Because he's going to be in front of you the entire night. Definitely don't want to see him gas himself out early because of the leveling up to the atmosphere into the potential of this fight and the fan atmosphere that he's about to walk into. So one, hoping that he doesn't gas himself out because of that and just emotions running high, but also coming in there and trying to knock Lemos out, being realistic. He has a great corner. This is going to be a test and a challenge to when he's in these bigger moments, when he's in these bigger spotlight of opportunities. Is he going to listen to his corner? Is he going to listen? I know the intention is going to be there to listen, but will the moment be too big? I don't think that it will be. But again, these are the type of fights and these are the type of moments that we are going to see, where Keyshawn is at in multiple different areas. It's so many layers to it. So I hope, and I'm predicting that he's going to have some moments, maybe in the first, second round. He's going to come out, I won't say out of control, but he's going to come out fast. I think he's going to try to keep up with the pace of Lemos, and he's going to fight at the pace that Lemos comes at. And we already know that from the first bell, Lemos is going to damn near be running to the center of the ring to meet Keyshawn. And he's going to be selling out, swinging big, trying to land the left, trying to land the right. He's coming in there trying to prove himself. So I definitely feel like, that's one thing that I'm expecting, first and second round, to kind of just be a fight that is fought on high emotions. And then I hope by the third round, middle of the second round, he's able to kind of get his composure back, get a feel for being inside the ring again, get a feel for the atmosphere and the fans, and able to dial back into whatever the game plan is between him and his corner and go out there and execute. As much as he's going to want to make this a fight and he's going to want it to be an action-packed fight, I want to see him being defensively responsible. Because again, the left hook and the right hook that comes for Lemos has the ability to put Keyshawn on the canvas early. And we don't want to see that. I'm not expecting for him to run around the ring. I'm not expecting for, for him to fight a technical fight. But I think that he needs to show us again a level as he elevates in his game, and he's trying to now put himself in the position to get these title fights. I think what we need to see is for him to be in these moments and be able to know when to box and know when to brawl, when to fight. So yeah, that's what I have for that. Let me go to the chat. Let me see what you guys are saying. King Fats, you have a great prediction. Let us know. Jay Chef, I think is going to be a serious showcase of Keyshawn's supreme talent, and he's going to pick Lemos apart all fight and probably get a stoppage. Okay. Lemos is tough. I think it goes 12. I'm I'm thinking that it's going to go 12 rounds as well. Um, I definitely, to begin with, said that I did not think that there was going to be a knockout and that there wasn't going to be a stoppage. I think Keyshawn would have to absolutely swarm Lemos and be more precise than he's ever been fighting in the inside for us to get to that point. I just see Lemos as a tough, tough guy that Keyshawn, again, to me, Keyshawn doesn't have the knockout power. And I don't think that he's going to be able to knock out Lemos. And I don't think that he's going to be able to offensively create that much disruption that will put Lemos on the back foot. So he's going to have to be smart. Like, this is going to, like I said, I want to see him in spurts, bots, and then know when to fight, know when to make it ugly, know when to, I know he's gonna be talking shit inside the ring, know when to pull that out. I really want to see a great performance from Keyshawn all across the boards. I want him to leave no shadow of a doubt. Not only is he ready for the title shot because of the entertainer that he is and the level of I don't know what you would call it, money power that he brings to the sport, but also I want him to display a performance that without a shadow of a doubt, it says he is going to step up into a title shot and he's going to run through whoever's in front of him. Because after that, at that point, you're at the championship level, and everything after that is championship level, championship style fights. So if this is what you're asking for, show us that you're ready for that championship style fight after fight after fight. So yeah. Okay, let me go to the chat here. Top Rank needs Keyshawn to succeed. If he gets upset, that's a disaster for Top Rank. Thoughts on Kid Austin? Is he ready for Frank Martin or Cambosa? Maybe Cambosis. Frank Martin, no. These homecomings haven't been so good. Matias and Regis look like doo-doo in their homecoming fights. That is definitely something to consider. But I think Keyshawn's the type of guy that he does well under pressure. And I really do think that he has the ability to kind of shut out everything. I think he just is naturally wired to be in front of the big lights. So, like I said, I think he's going to come out and we're going to see that excitement in him. But I think that he is a guy that's naturally ready for the big lights and is wired to, in basketball, we say perform to the level of the competition. When you're in those big moments, that's when the dog really comes out. All right, what you guys talking about here? I'm picking Keyshawn over anybody at 35 or 40, period. I'll just leave this here, LOL. Whew. Okay. This performance better show it. But that even goes back to my statement of some people, they just perform to the level of the competition. They perform to the level of the ranks of the opportunity. And let's see if that's the storyline for Keyshawn here. Let's see. All right, what else you guys got? What else do you guys got? He also has his brothers fighting on this card. He has Calvin coming back, making his return back to the ring. This is not the first time that he shared a fight with his brother on the same card. I'm expecting, I don't know much about who he's going up against and who the opponent is, but I think Keyshawn is going to take the pressure off of just a little bit. I think Keyshawn is going to take the pressure off of his brothers and fighting in their hometown because everybody's more so looking at Keyshawn and what Keyshawn's going to do. I will say though, for the youngest one, I can't think of his name right now. Keyshawn has talked him up as being one of the better ones of the brothers. Kind of falling off the bandwagon a little bit with focus and boxing and everything else and all the other distractions, but he's making his debut. So I'm definitely putting him on the radar to pay attention to this Friday night to see how he shows up. In the same breath of saying that Keyshawn, I believe, is going to take the pressure off of his brothers being the main event, I do feel like the youngest brother may have a lot of pressure. I mean, making your pro debut, you're on your older brother's card. Both of your older brothers are, fighting on the same card. And then I mentioned that he's in their hometown, like, and it's a debut. That's a lot. That's a lot. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see what he has, though. Mortella and Keyshawn on a collision course. I got to go back and watch Mortella's performance. I don't know what happened. I missed it. And he got the knockout in the first round. So yeah, it looks like you guys are in the chat talking about Keyshawn running through 35 and 40. Pause. I got somebody, Timothy saying Shakur over Keyshawn. Yeah. That boy Tank softer than babies. Come on now. Come on now. That was a stretch there. Jay Chef said Shakur, the only guy I think could be Keyshawn. Timothy, you don't even think Keyshawn beats Devin. I said pause, Mike. I said pause. I have not heard of Booker. Is he on this card? I feel like he is. All right, guys. So let's get into Velocity Cuts. Thoughts on Boots throwing the leftovers in a microwave? The leftovers on who? On who, per you say? All right, moving on to Saturday's action. Not yet, might be soon on Top Rank. Okay. Okay. Mike, what back and forth are you talking about? I'm going to have to look him up. Paul, I'm going to have to look him up. All right, we got this Saturday night, we got Boots making his return. We got Bam making his return. We got Ford making his return. Like I said, we got Mercado coming in, making his debut with Matchroom. Definitely a guy put on the radar. I'm hoping that he has a great Matchroom debut. But Boots, I mean, I'm expecting for him to pick up where he left off. There was a lot of people that had a lot to say about his last performance. Giving him credit that there was some ring rust there. He went through the layover of transitioning from PBC and borderline being shelved to now being with Matchroom. He sold out the arena in Philly. I thought for a comeback fight, I can't remember if it was a year layover or close to a year, but it was some time. I thought all in all, he looked good making his return back. Did he get hit with some shots that I felt were a little bit unnecessary, could have been avoided, absolutely. But I think that's all a part of sometimes, just making a fight exciting, being in your hometown, being at that stage. I mean, there have been plenty of talks in the past with Boots and how he doesn't sell and how he doesn't have a name. And for him to go and to sell out the arena in Philly was huge, was huge. So I think that was to be expected. So I'm looking forward to see, him picking up, like I said, where he left off and showing us that, that was nothing. Showing us a sharper version of him, showing us a version that we can put our money on when it comes down to if he gets the opportunity to fight. But and being in those bigger fights, he's definitely proven to me, and I think to everybody else, that he deserves to be in those bigger moments, not only from his style and what he brings to the sport, but the type of fighter that he is. I think that he's on a championship level status when it comes to being in the bigger fights and being a threat and being a real deal challenge for some of the top guys. We already know that Bud left 147, went up. So we don't know if he's coming back down. We don't know what that looks like. But like I said, I'm expecting for Boots to look even sharper, to kind of give us a flashback of a performance of what we've seen versus Villa, where he was just untouchable. That right there, though, should let you know, like, my guy has the instincts. Excuse me. He has the instincts. He has the defense. He has the footwork. He's athletic, with like naturally gifted with athleticism. The things that we've seen him do in the past is just straight athleticism and just a natural knack and feel for the sport. So I'm expecting a exciting performance. On top of the fact, your co-main event is Bam. You got to come with it when you got the co-main event. The fight before you is Bam Rodriguez. I'm not as big as I should be on the smaller weight divisions, but Bam is definitely a guy that if you don't know by now, get real familiar with him. Small guy. He wears glasses, doesn't necessarily look like he's a beast inside the ring, but yeah. He's pretty solid. Pretty solid. So, I guess that transitions us to the co-main event with Bam Rodriguez making his return back. I don't know much about his opponent, so I'm not going to speak as much on what this fight will look like. But I will say that I'm just expecting for a dominating performance. I don't think that there's anyone really in the super flyweight division that can really, like, I don't know. Bam looks so dominating in his last two fights that I just don't see this being a fight that doesn't play out the same way the other ones has. So there's that. And then we also have Raymond Ford making his return back against Gonzalez. I'm not too familiar with him. I'm not familiar with him at all. But this is going to be a step-up fight from him suffering his loss to Nick Ball at featherweight. So he is coming back for super featherweight, fighting for the WBA Continental World title, I believe that is. North American. So I'm sure that'll put him in line to be a mandatory, given his performance. We're going to see. We know Raymond, he wanted to step up, and he wanted to step up from not the fight with Nick Ball, but the one before that. Who was that against? It's lost on my mind. But we know then he was ready to step up, and Matchroom kind of was like, hold on, pump the brakes. Got a big opportunity here. He fought over in Saudi Arabia, definitely got the bag over there. Unfortunately lost, but I am expecting for him to now be at a much more comfortable weight. I'm looking to see how he fills in, how he fits at this new weight class. If the power is the same, or if he's been able to like really kind of translate the power now that he's comfortable at this weight class. Yeah, so we'll see. One thing about Raymond Ford that I like about him is like Raymond's a dog, straight dog. So yeah, I'm expecting for a dog performance. 100%. 100%. Ford versus Foster, the fight to make. I want to see how he looks this Saturday in this weight class. Because, I mean, Oshaki, I think, is naturally going to be the bigger guy in that fight, regardless of them being at the same weight. I think Foster is going to be the bigger guy. And, yeah, I mean, Raymond's a guy that's going to be in your face. He's a comfort fighter. He puts on the pressure. And we have seen that in the past with Oshaki, even in the last two matchups against Conceição, that sometimes that pressure can be an offensive, I don't want to say an offensive threat, but neutralizer to his offense. And I think that Ford is not a guy that you want to just be defensively minded, a guy that you allow for him to push you on the back foot and to fight the entire fight on the back foot. And I think that that's what Ford would do, given that him stepping up and his weight translates and the power translates with, again, Oshaki just naturally being a bigger guy. But I think that would be a good matchup. Okay, you said they're about the same size. From on TV and the pictures and what you see on social media, it looks like Oshaki's bigger. Frame wise, Oshaki's not that much bigger, but I'm thinking just height. But I could be wrong. I can be wrong. Let's see here. Oshaki is listed at 5'8.5". Let's see what Raymond Ford is. Raymond Ford is listed at 5'7". I don't know. I mean, that's really only 1.5 inches. It's not by much, but we all know the height can be fabricated on box rec sometimes. We all know. Because Raymond Ford does not look like he's 5'7" to me. Does not look like he's 5'7" to me. Exactly. So, yeah. Exactly. Okay, let me see. 1 second. Because I want to get Mercado's first name. And I see it all the time. Ernesto Mercado. Yes, there we go. Ernesto Mercado is fighting on the undercard this Saturday, the Boots undercard. Like I said, Matchroom debut. And I first saw him at Red Owl Boxing in Houston, a fight that was a little hard to criticize him on. I think he's a guy that at times can also, based on just that singular fight though, could get caught up in fighting to the level of his competition. He had a guy that kind of had like a little bit of an awkward style, didn't really allow for Mercado to get in the flow of his offense. I think if I re-jog my memory, this was last year that I seen him fight. He can fight, press in a fight, and he can also fight off the back foot, which I think is great signs of a guy who arguably is, kind of still in that prospect phase, kind of going into the challenge. I wouldn't even say prospect. He's not prospect phase. He's definitely challenger phase. He's just flying under the radar. But going back to that fight and what I saw, he fought well pressing a fight, but because the guy that he was fighting gave him a little bit of an awkward look, he fought better when he allowed for his opponent to press the fight, and he was able to set up his shots a lot better. So I'm interested to see, just the growth since then over the course of a year, being on a big stage and, now kind of being put in the spotlight, what that's going to look like for him in his performance. Yeah, overall, though, I think he's an aggressive fighter. I think you can expect for him to bring the action, to press the fight. But I think that he has a little bit of balance in his game, and he shows some IQ in just knowing, when to present which style and how to set up his shots. I think he can learn to set up his shots a lot better. Part of that's fighting off the jab. Part of that's just taking your time, throwing feints. So I'm an open book when it comes to him and seeing what he's going to show us this Saturday. But Ernesto Mercado, definitely keep him on your radar and check him out this Saturday. What else you guys got? What else you guys got? Anything that I miss? Let's go to the chat. The real question is, does Boots get the stoppage this time around? I think it's possible. But I don't know a whole lot about his opponent to really speak on that. Am I watching Tyson versus Paul next week? Solid undercard. KT versus Serrano. 2 Barrios versus Ramos. Yes. Is that who Barrios is fighting? Ramos? Hold up, Jay Holiday. Hold up. Yes, I am going to watch that fight. It definitely has, there's a great undercard. Great undercard. We got Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Trilogy fight. You also mentioned, you didn't mention that Bruce is on that card. Shushu, great opportunity for him. Looking forward to what he does. I already know what to expect with Shushu, though. You already know what to expect. Barrios versus Ramos. Yes, I did see that Barrios was making his return. I didn't pay attention, though, to who it was against. So okay, it's not the Ramos I thought it was. Abel Ramos is who he's going up against. Okay, a guy who's going up against Giannis, Cody Crowley, who we all know just recently fought Boots and lost. And then also, I don't know who Guzman is. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Chance, what's up? I'm excited for the Moses debut. I also want that Roach versus Foster fight in the future. I think Roach gets him out of there. Yeah, I definitely think. I think Roche is gonna be too much for Foster. I think he's gonna be too much. I think in that particular matchup, Roach would be going for the knockout. But if it went 12 rounds, I I'm thinking, I don't know. I won't say it's gonna be a shutout, but I think that Roach definitely has the potential to win that fight by majority decision. Just a little Pro Box TV update. Chance says Jojo Diaz fights next week. IDK, what date? Jojo has not been on my radar. Jojo has he's been battling back for quite some time. So we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Nah, Crowley got hurt. Remember, now he's fighting Karen again. What do you mean Crowley got hurt? You mean Boots hurt Crowley? All right, y'all. If that is all that you guys got for me, I am going to wrap up this episode. I hope that you guys have enjoyed a bit of a fight preview. We definitely got into the weeds of Keyshawn versus Lemos, broke down just a little bit what that fight will look like. Also talked about the stacked card for Boots on Saturday. Chance says, I was just watching Bam film study. He might have better footwork than Usyk. Yes, it's not a might. He does. He does. I'm glad you brought that up because that's one thing that really caught me by surprise and that I was in just awe of is Bam's like it's not even the footwork, it's the mechanics from everything from that starts off at his feet and just translates up. I mean, in his last fight, that really made me a fan of him and seeing his footwork was just his ability to like create angles. And at the same, like to see it in real time off of a counter, the next positioning of his feet is putting him at an angle to land a shot that completely is blindsided to his opponent. That was super impressive. I don't think I've seen anybody outside of Lomachenko with that type of footwork. And I would even go to the extent to say that Bam Rodriguez footwork is better than Loma's. Chance, I'm glad you brought that up. 8-man, 1-man, 6. Fire HBCU boxing here. What's up? You know what? Which HBCU are you at? Because I saw that, was it Morehouse? I think it was Morehouse. Y'all had like some type of like underground boxing situation going on. Bam is one of my favorites. Great all around boxer. Yes, Bud Kelly. Yes, yes. Stamp it. No gimmick fights bring fans to see other fighters that need the shine. Oh, you're at Grambling State. Okay. Okay. DM me. I'm interested to know what you guys got going on over there. Skip was popping. What's popping, Skip? Which fight week are you at this weekend? You going to both, or are you gonna be at the Boots fight? All right, guys, I appreciate you jumping on with me. For everybody that is rewatching, definitely smash the like button for me. For those that are currently watching, if you haven't already, smash the like button for your girl. Subscribe if you aren't already. Hit the notification bell so that you are alert and aware when I go live next. I am fighting to be consistent for you guys, but your girl is no longer on the sidelines and she's in a game, and I got some exciting stuff coming up. So yes, I'm trying to balance being active and then also being committed to you guys and giving you content consistently and talking boxing with you guys. I've enjoyed our conversation today. Like I said, if you are watching this back, thank you. For everybody that came in live and chatted with me, thank you so